It's looking real bright. Looking real crispy, as the kids say. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Auto Hedge. Thanks for checking out today's video. Today we're going to be swapping out these halogen factory, kind of dull yellow looking map lights for some crispy, bright, vivid white LEDs by F150 LEDs. I don't know why I never did this. In all my other cars, that's like the first thing I would do. I would switch out the interior lights for LEDs. So this is a long overdue one. Let's get started. All right, first things first, I'm gonna use my Trisvolto little pry tool here. You can use a flathead screwdriver, but this is a really nice little kit to have. It's short money. I'll put a link in the description if you guys want to pick it up. But just use one corner, pop it out, and then the rest of the corners pop out fairly easy. And then that's gonna reveal, at least on my truck, these 3 wiring harnesses. This is gonna be different depending on what model and what kind of features you have on your truck. Just give these tabs a little squeeze and everything should pop out nice and easy. Nothing super complicated here. And for today's video, I'm going to be using F150LEDs.com map light kit. It's kind of interesting how these map lights connect. They connect right to like a motherboard, but we'll get into that later. Alright, so there's really just 2 screws that we're going to remove here, and you're going to use a T20 hex bit to take these out. You're also going to, just to get a better working area, remove that little wire from its little bracket, and then use your T20 hex to remove the 2 screws. Alright, so we got our 2 screws out and we removed the wire from that little clip. Now we have 2 more little pins that are holding this motherboard bracket, I guess you could call it, in place. There's 1 on each side. I'm going to bust out the Trisvolto pry tool again. This comes with the kit. I'll put a link in the description. But you can just use a flathead screwdriver, but this just works so nice. So I just put that in. Gave it a little bit of a pry, and just do it slow. You don't want to break anything, and that whole little bracket should just come free from the unit, and that will give us access to the motherboard. So this little dangly cord was kind of getting in my way and it was annoying me, so I just tucked it behind the sunglass holder. Kind of a nice way to free up your working space. Alright, so next up we're going to free the ribbons from the motherboard that's connecting the stock LED lights. I said halogen, I think, in the intro. They are LED, they're just very poorly lit LED lights. So just take your pry tool, give it a little pressure, and that will free up the ribbon. You can just kind of unplug it. Don't go crazy, these are little delicate parts, so just take your time, a little pressure, out and away, and it will kind of free up the little pin ribbon piece, and they'll just pop right out. Alright, so the next step is to actually remove the factory LED lights. So I use my pry tool. You can use a flathead screwdriver, whatever you got. So the next step is we're actually going to remove the factory LED lights. So just take your pry tool, your flathead screwdriver, pop it off. They're just little plastic weld pieces. Don't worry, you are going to break these. There's no way not to. But we really don't need them because we have the 3M backing on the F150 LED kit. Alright, so if you still have a few of those pins, like I did, like I had 2 of those pins, so I just kind of pressed it back onto the pin, and I'm using the 3M tape to really just hold it together. This tape is really strong. It's not going anywhere. So just kind of hold it down there for, I'd say, a solid 30 seconds to let it adhere to the plastic. And also just make sure you got the right side facing down. There's a shiny side and there's a matte side. Just make sure the shiny side is facing down towards the motherboard, and then close up that little door right there and you should be good to go. All right, now we're just going to put everything back together, put the housing back in, put your T20 screws back in, make sure everything's buttoned back up. You're going to take that wire, put it back into the clip, and then once you're all tidied up, we'll get back into the truck and we'll see the end result. All right, we got the LEDs in here. Now it's time to plug in the harness, give it a quick test, and see how they look. Ooh, baby! It's looking real bright. Looking real crispy, as the kids say. I'm actually, now that I'm completely blind, it's all right though. There we go. And then make sure you get everything lined up. I like to start from the front because you can really feel the edges. Gentle pressure, gentle pressure. Hell yeah, that looks awesome. Sweet. If you're watching this video right now, you know how bad those factory map lights are that come standard on the F150. This is a huge upgrade from stock. I'm really happy with how these turned out. Now I'm getting plenty of light inside the cabin. I don't need to turn on both lights to basically see one side of the vehicle anymore. I can use the designated light for one side, see everything that I need to see. I don't need to use my cell phone light anymore. Remember, I would have to turn on my cell phone to make sure that I didn't leave anything on the floor or I didn't leave anything on the seat. This light is just really illuminating. You can see everything you need to inside the cabin. Really nice upgrade. If you found today's video helpful, please hit that like button. I'd really appreciate it, and consider subscribing to the channel for more videos like these. I'll see you in the next one, guys. Take care.